This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
This is a PSA, or public sock announcement. Experts have declared Bombas socks as the best way to warm up chilly feet. These pairs are super cushy, soft, and designed for maximum coziness. Plus, for every pair purchased, another pair will be donated, so someone in need of essential clothing can stay warm this winter. Go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
Welcome back. It's another Bob and Tom Extra. This is Christopher. Not only is the Bob and Tom Show live every weekday morning, but every afternoon we'll give you a little extra in case you missed anything. On the big show today, West Coast correspondent Al Jackson. He's coming up in just a minute.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Are your ulcerative colitis symptoms proving difficult to manage? Tremfya guselkumab can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. At 1 year, many patients taking Tremfya achieved clinical remission, and some patients also achieved endoscopic remission. Individual results may vary. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor if Tremfya can help you manage the cycle of UC symptoms. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more, or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hey, good morning, honey. What you doing?
Oh, it's this darn coffee maker. It's on the fritz again. You know I can't start my day without a cup of coffee.
Hey, don't worry. I've got just what you need.
Really? What is it?
It's the new coffee-flavored bubble gum from the Blowzuka Gum Company, and it's loaded with caffeine. Here, try a piece.
This is great. And it tastes like coffee. What's it called?
It's called Blow Java.
Blow Java. There's so much flavor. It's like an explosion in my mouth.
You bet. There's nothing like a Blow Java first thing in the morning.
It's the coffee-flavored gum. Blow Java. Blow Java. Open wide, stick out your tongue. Blow Java. Blow Java.
You can chew, but please don't bite. And if you swallow, it's all right.
Blow Java.
Blow Java, the coffee-flavored bubblegum. Also available in mocha, cappuccino, and our most popular flavor, Latte.
Honey, I just love Blow Java.
I can tell. Look at the size of that wad in your mouth.
Hey, look, I'm blowing a bubble. Look, I've got gum all over my face.
Wait, let me take a picture.
There's caffeine in every bite. Blow Java. Blow Java.
Chew a wad, but not in haste. Sorry about that salty taste.
Here's some extra. This is Bob and Tom Extra.
We have our special guest.
Oh, look at that.
It's here.
Hey, got a question for you, Al.
Yes.
Al Jackson is our friend.
Yes.
He is a fine stand-up comedian. He is also one of the principals on the DBL, the Daily Blast Live.
Mm-hmm.
He's also,
I'm also dressed like Red from Shawshank. I didn't realize that until I saw my.
Oh, yeah. That gray button.
I can get you anything you need, Tom. But
I think you and I are wearing the same shirt.
You're going to give me a rock hammer.
Say what to know.
Al, I was going over some of the things I've learned from you because you're somewhat of an expert on street slang, if you will. And the word snizz came up, and I was trying to remember what it was all about, snizz. And I believe I've been informed that apparently it's a reference to the female anatomy.
In a way, yeah.
Josh, please enlighten me. I'm an adjunct professor here, meaning that I can learn from you, the students. I don't know what snizz means. It sounds like something that birds leave when they.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a crass term. It would be, Al, why don't you and I, get dressed up and hit the clubs and chase some snizz.
so as you said, it's like chasing tail.
Right. It's not a great. It's somebody being kind of a dirtbag when they say it.
My question is does this have something to do with Snoop and the shizzle and the lizzle and the bizzle and the
maybe? But I don't know.
Would it be like shizzle?
Oh, I think it's probably
like a variation of snatch.
I think so. Yes. Yeah. That's I bet that's as good a explanation as any. I think.
So okay,
let's find that snizz.
Yeah. See, I Josh, the older I get, I find myself obviously becoming more and more my father. And my dad, and every time I see Chrissy Lee, I think about this. My dad would be like, "Oh, she's a fox." I don't know. It's very like late 50s. But it's just, I know that there'd be a blog. That's the meaning. But I just feel like referring to a woman as a fox is a very old school. That's the way a gentleman says that he thinks somebody's. My dad, obviously, he's been gone for some years now. He used to say, "I don't care what you say, Sarah Palin is a fox."
Yeah.
I would not be offended if somebody called me a fox.
I think I think that term, like the term cool, has stuck around.
Yes.
Oh, really? I don't hear fox that much, but I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Well, now, it's kind of great.
My dad used to say looker. She's a looker.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
nice.
Oh, she's a real looker.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. Now, Al, your father was a distinguished attorney. What was his favorite TV show?
Oh, that's a good question. My dad used to watch, they're the Guardians now, but my dad's Ideal Life. I told you I'm 99.9% sure my dad was on the spectrum, but that term wasn't out yet, just only Rain Man. But my dad would just love to watch Cleveland Indians baseball. He would he loved those big navel oranges, and he would eat Ritz crackers and tuna fish. And he was a happy man. My dad never... And we've talked about it, but I still don't think people understand. My dad only ate 6 things. I swear to my dad ate steak, spaghetti, Stouffer's lasagna from the warehouse in Cleveland. Ohio. There's a warehouse in the suburbs. And older black folks, just like my dad was so into getting a deal. And at the warehouse, you could go and get basically the dented can version. Just a box of lasagna that somebody had drop kicked onto a delivery truck. And so we're going to mark it down 30%. My dad was like, don't mind if I do. So it would just be... And that's all he ate, Tom.
That's interesting.
He never ate ice cream. He never ate candy bars. He never ate quiche. He never ate eggs. It was only 6 things. It's really fascinating.
That's great, though. It simplifies your life. It's like wearing the same clothes every day.
Guy.
I have a cultural TV question. This is a cultural TV question. And, Al, you may be too young to totally answer this, but did black audiences respond well to Archie Bunker? Would your...
I think they did. That was a little bit before my time, but obviously I saw the rerun, so I don't know how they were responded to in real life. But Archie Bunker was such a fascinating character because he was who he was, and a lot of people saw him as abhorrent, and a lot of people saw him as hey, we line up on a lot of things. But Archie Bunker took this type of person that existed in a lot of different forms in this country, and he just showed the country who this person was, and through his character, you were able to decide like, maybe that was a little boorish the way he's talking to his wife, the way he's talking to his daughter, because it wasn't just the racial. Yeah, I don't think black people had a lot of issues with it because he was wrong.
Right. You're laughing at him for the most part.
Yeah.
What about his neighbor George Jefferson? I always thought I thought he was hilarious. That he made me howl.
He's so underrated as a comedic actor. He was physical.
Very.
He also was a very, very flawed man. And remember, for as much as it's like, oh, this white man's going to get his comeuppance from this black man who's doing well, opening up these dry cleaners. Remember, George Jefferson then would go to his home and make misogynistic comments, and his maid would tear him apart for his misogynistic views. So it was just like such a well-written show, and that's why the spinoffs were all there, because everybody just loved the characters.
Yeah. Now, without getting too personal, did your dad ever do any dating after?
That's a great question. My dad did. He dated a couple. My dad dated three women after he divorced from my mom. He dated two very sweet women that kind of worked in the court system. You know, I can say this. I'm not trying to.
Were they foxes?
My dad, no.
Oh, sorry.
Which was very weird. And I think that they would tell you that. One was like startlingly, I was like, I was a little kid and still a virgin. I was like, come on, bro. Good Lord. But then his last girlfriend was very attractive. Yes. And yeah, I realized my dad and I have very similar tastes. And like, I think we both like tall women. Even my ex-wife is 5'9", but I like, I've dated several women that were taller than me, and I'm 6 feet. Like, I dated this doctor, and she was 6'3". I like tall women.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
How are you guys with women that are taller than you?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I had a 6'4"
No issue.
I'm frightened by it and terrified. She'd hurt me in a minute's notice.
Let's get to our exercise here, which is language. Do we have a word today that I've got to learn?
We do, Tom. There's so many words I thought were cool. Let's just go with, sometimes we say word when we mean phrase, but we actually mean a word here. So, Tom, when would you use the word ate? A-T-E.
Ate?
When would you use the ate?
Oh, various ways. Yeah, maybe a guy would be in the Olympics and he's doing the 100-meter dash and he falls. He ate it. Would be
that would be a correct use. Not in this way.
Your late father was at one point in his life served 2 Stouffer's lasagnas and he ate them.
That is true.
I don't think
that's not correct.
The literal
literal
definition of ate.
Slang is the term.
Slang ate. Any thoughts? Anyone?
What about the phrase? There's a phrase "ate up," like that is "ate up," like that's not right, or that's something like that. Is it short for that?
No, not in this case. In this one, and I never heard it used like this, but it's kind of cool. So it'd be like, look, Christy Lee was really nervous about giving her presentation to the board, but as soon as she got up there, she ate. Like, that just means like she was in her element. Yeah. She was in her bag. We really dug that phrase. Yeah, she dug in and she was like, she killed it. Like, she did really well. So nice. Like, they got up there and they ate. So, Tom, now that we know the definition, we got to tell the people how to use it in these here streets. So, Tom, talk to the people.
I went to see a concert. I'll tell you what, Melissa Etheridge really ate on stage.
On stage?
That's what he said.
As opposed to with one of her backup singers.
Al, your thoughts?
Sorry, Al.
It's really hard to like him every day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Well, the goal isn't to like somebody every day. It's 4 to 7 days a week.
Could you use it in a sporting way? Could you say? I tell you what,
he scored 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, my favorite NFL, my favorite NFL player is Gardner Minshew. I'll tell you what, he's gonna get on the field with the Raiders. I'll tell you what, I predict that it's going to be 8.
Yeah, and then he's going to get tackled, and then he's going to have to. His soup will be 8 through a straw. yeah, because he's such an athlete. Yeah,
I like that. That's a good one. Okay. 8.
Yeah.
All right,
Tom. Do we have time for another one?
Yes, sir. Yes, we do.
Okay, Tom. If I was like talking to you, I was like, Chick, that's his Roman Empire.
Oh,
what do I mean by that? What would I be saying? Oh, that's Chick's Roman Empire.
It's something he conquered. I tell you, Chick McGee, when it comes to sports picks, that's his Roman Empire.
One of my specialties. It's a specialty. No, or
is it something he did really well with, or is it something he couldn't do well with,
or did well with for a while and then it collapsed?
Son of a bitch.
That's a great guess.
That is a good guess.
That's a really great guess.
That's a really great guess. Everything fell apart.
Yeah, it's not. If it makes you any happier, Chick, it's not right. So
okay, good.
I'm happy with your friend not getting it right. Chick is like Ghostbusters 2 with the slime, where he gets stronger when people feel bad.
Yeah.
So I'm confused. So what is the answer?
So Roman Empire, I didn't know this because I guess I might be too old, but I guess this is big thing where there's a huge internet kind of thing, and I guess a lot of men think about the Roman Empire.
Yeah, there was a thing going around like, hey, how often does your dad or does your husband think about the Roman Empire?
I saw this and thought it was completely bogus. I have never.
I think we're too old, but I think young, because they were asking you like young athletes, and they were like, yeah, we talk about it in the locker room. I'm like, that's never come up. Except for Gladiator, maybe.
Yeah, no, it doesn't come up. How was this a thing?
Yeah, I'm skeptical that this was ever a thing.
But I think it was. Which
I would have thought we were too young to be talking about it. I feel like it's an old guy discussion.
Was there a movie that was other than Gladiator?
No, there's a show called Rome.
That was a cool show. They had to stop making it because it was too expensive. But yeah, I think now masculinity for young men is something difficult to navigate. You might grow up and be like, oh, Clint Eastwood is a masculine guy, or Billy D. Williams, who we interviewed yesterday.
Oh, really?
He's the masculine guy, good looking guy, somebody I wanted to emulate when I would see him on television. But I think the definitions for masculinity now for younger guys is blurred, and they're not sure what's toxic or whatever they're talking about in their groups. And so like the Roman Empire, I think, is a very that's a man with a 6-pack with a sword.
Gotcha.
And so I think that they kind of like that. It's a weird. So you would just when you're using it, you would just say that's the thing that this person obsesses on. So it could be, March Madness starts today, the bracket. So you're like, this is Christy Lee's Roman Empire, so we're not going to see her for 2 weeks.
Very interesting. Something that they're really
into,
thinking about, focused on, studying at the time, excited about.
Yeah, so I have to hear Tom use Roman Empire in the correct way in a sentence, please. That's all I want in life, Tom.
Listening to watch this. Listening to quality music from independent artists. That's Chick McGee's Roman Empire.
That's great.
Yes, ain't
That's perfect.
It's complimentary, and yet he doesn't acknowledge the fact.
It won't last for long.
He can't take it.
Okay.
No.
See, there we go. We go.
I'll be a filthy slob in another 5 minutes. Just hang around.
Al is one of the hosts of the Daily Blast Live. So tell me about your interview real quick yesterday. How did it go?
Just Billy D is one of my all-time heroes, and the thing is, obviously my podcast 23&G, which I still yet to release because I'm doing the whole season. We spent a whole 35 minutes on Billy D. Williams because he was so influential to showing corporations how to sell stuff to black folks. They were trying to sell 40s using Ted Danson. For real. Cheers, Ted Danson. Because they didn't know this was really an integrated world, so they didn't know any black people. They were like, who do black people like? Ted Danson? No. But they liked Billy D. Williams, and Billy D. was kind of the bridge for how they figured out how to sell 40s to the hood, because Billy D. was famous in the white world and the black world. So he's
cool.
And just a cool guy in art. He put himself through acting school with his paintings. He's a fascinating dude. So it was great to talk to him and, just kind of put a face with this person I've been studying creepily in my room for 3 months.
Did you ever see the Billy Long Traveling All-Stars and Motor King?
Bingo Long.
Oh, yeah, Bingo Long. Yeah.
No, what is
James
Bingo
Earl,
Long?
Years since I've seen
James Earl Jones. It's a baseball.
Yeah. I think Richard Pryor shows up.
Yeah, I think so. Bingo Long's Traveling All-Stars.
I remember loving that movie.
Kind of like a Globetrotters for baseball back in the day. Do you know that the D and Billy...
like a barnstormer?
Billy D. Williams,
exactly.
it's D-E-E, but his real name is Billy December Williams.
Oh.
But he was born in April.
Oh, interesting.
Which is weird. I don't know.
Maybe his mom was born in December or something.
Okay, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, that's cool.
He's got,
Thanks, Al.
he's got a twin sister named Loretta. And I'm just like, Loretta is a good woman. You never met a Loretta that's not going to hold you down. Like, no Loretta's ever done you wrong. Like, you come home, you sucked at work today, and Loretta still got, like, a nice plate, and she looks good. She calls you honey. Where the Loretta's at?
Oh, hey, sweetie, guess who I ran into at the grocery store? Loretta Williams. Oh, how is she? Like that guy?
She's a fox.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Al Jackson.
That's it for another Bob and Tom Show Extra. Catch us on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. For Bob and Tom Extra, this is Christopher. Take care, everybody.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Why? Because you're not playing me.
With rapid-fire takes.
Y'all went from the Super Bowl straight to the toilet bowl. He's not over the NFL. The NFL is over him.
Scorching debates.
All the good, all the bad, all the ups, all the downs.
He's the Spitfire of sports smack.
Sorry for what I said because it was appropriate when I said it, but I can't say it anymore, dude. You are killing the game.
The Jim Rome Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.